Hello, welcome to the Heart United, the one stop for everything Manchester United. My name is Jude. I'm going to talk about all the latest concerning Manchester United. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about mostly our preseason training and how the team have been shaping up in just 2 days of training. But before going to that, let's talk about the latest updates concerning our goalkeeper transfer in Andre Onana, because Man United are really close to signing Andre Onana. This is from Fabrizio Romano, of course, the goat of transfers, and it says positive round of talks, final bid to arrive soon as and then done deal, and the deal will be sealed by the end of next week. Personal terms agreed. Man United want Onana to travel for the US preseason tour. And also on that, he said agreement on personal terms with Man United is on a 5-year deal, likely to be 4-year contract with an option for a further year. And the player have already accepted Man United days ago and is ready for the new step and is waiting for the club to come to an agreement. So that is that on the goalkeeper transfer. Andre Onana, we might get a year we go very soon. It might come tomorrow, it might come on Sunday, it might come on Monday, but this deal is going to be done, and Andre Onana is going to be our new goalkeeper. But that aside, I'm going to be talking about our preseason training and how the squad have been shaping up in just 2 days of preseason. And I'm going to be making this video of an article from the Manchester Evening News from George Smith, a journalist from the Manchester Evening News, and he says 5 teams spotted in the Manchester United training as Erik gets double boost. So credit to the Manchester Evening News. This is where I'm getting my information concerning this training, because of course they were there. We have also seen the picture, but this is giving us a more insight on what's happening in the 2 days of training. And of course, before the training session started, he says Ten Hag got his players together to address them and no doubt run through his plans for the session and the season ahead. The specific of the conversation, of course, will remain a secret, but the Dutchman made everyone gather around him and made his address. Of course, he did that last year. And that's what you will do, because everybody went on holiday and everybody is back now. So he needs to address the whole squad, both the young players and the old ones. And he said Ten Hag is, of course, now in his second season as United manager. Of course, yes, he's in his second season now. He's more familiar with the players. He's not like last year when he just meeting them for the first time. So he's familiar with everybody, and he has been in charge for a year now. So he's familiar with everybody. And of course, all the faces he's seen are not new faces. So it's not like an introduction. You're just like, oh, welcome to the new to the preseason training, and this is my plans for the preseason. And also in the training, just in 4 hours after being unveiled as a new United player, we have seen Mason Mount participating in his first training session as a United player, and he was pictured doing plenty of ball work, featuring participating in a rando drill and also some finishing. He even had some time to pose for a picture with Lisandro Martinez, and Lisandro Martinez made a joke saying, "Oh,
look, my brother. Before we fight with each other, now we love with each other. Eh?
Because that was from our game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge last season, when they had a bit of bust up between the two of them. But now they are all smiling, they're all happy, because now they're now teammates, and they were also pictured appearing to spend a lot of time during the training section. Are we going to see a Lisandro Martinez Mason Mount bromance, just like we are now seeing Rashford and Malacia? We shall see. But also in terms of injury boosts, the sight of Martinez back in training is a huge boost for everyone associated with Manchester United ahead of our start to preseason schedule. Of course, he missed a large chunk towards the end of the season. He was out injured for the rest of the season after an injury in our Europa League game, yes, and it was greatly missed. So seeing him back now is very impressive. And also he returned to Carrington early to work on his recovery, and the fact that he's already in training with the main group is a huge promising sign, of course. And also Donny van de Beek was also spotted training with the rest of the group, suggesting that his recovery from a serious knee injury is also progressing well. So definitely we are seeing Donny van de Beek and Lisandro Martinez, who both had serious injuries, coming back to preseason, starting early, and it seems that they're back fit, which is very good news for us. Of course, we know that Donny van de Beek might leave, but for Lisandro Martinez, it is a huge boost for us to have him back, and hopefully he's ready for the next season. I think he is anyway. And also, as often as the case is, the first team training session was littered with a lot of young players, which is a normal thing. We have to have a lot of young players because most of them are going to travel to us on the tour. And Tag is not afraid to promote within, and it is possible that a handful of young players could be invited on the upcoming preseason tour. Definitely. Last year we had a lot of them. This year is no different. It's a normal thing. It happens in every club. And among those pictured participating in Thursday's training session, they were Will Fish, Ryan Bennett, Mark Dorado, huge talent, Joe Hugel, Shola Shoretiri, is Havo Fernandez, Isaac Hansen, Charlie Savage, Hannibal Milbury. Oh, Charlie Savage is back from loan. I think he had a pretty decent loan. Hannibal also had a decent loan also. We have Maxi Oyedele, Kobe Mino, and Ahmad Diallo. They were all pictured. Those are our young stars. They are all pictures training with the rest of the team in today's second preseason training section. And of course, some are very closer to challenging for the first spot. Players like Ahmad, players like Hannibal. I think Hannibal will probably. I don't know. I don't really know the plans for Hannibal in the squad. I don't really know. But Ahmad definitely is going to be challenging for a first team spot. We might have players like Avro Martinez also challenging for first team spot next season. So it's a good thing to see our youngsters, because we have lots of promising ones, and it's a huge thing to see them, back training, and they're going to be on the tour. So let's see which of our youngsters are going to impress us in the tour. Tell me in the comment section below, who do you think is going to be impressive in the tour among our youngsters, because we need to see a lot of exciting performances from them. I remember last year we were very, very impressed with Zidane Akbal and Charlie Savage. So who is going to be the star of the preseason in terms of youth players? And then also a total of 5 goalkeepers, including Dean Henderson, were pictured taking part in this section. Henderson reported back to Carrington last week to continue recovering from an injury he suffered on loan at Nottingham Forest last season. Henderson joined on the Carrington grass by fellow shotstoppers Tom Heaton, Nathan Bishop, Majek Kova, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Radik Vitak. David has of course left the club despite United remaining in talks over a prospect of a new deal. Like I said before, Dean Henderson is really pushing for a move, and since we are about to sign Onana, it's safe to say Dean Henderson will leave Manchester United next week. And when that happens, we'll be left with Onana, who will be new, Tom Heaton, and the rest of them. So that's okay. But the fact is, apart from what we have now, apart from Dean Henderson, if Dean Henderson goes, the only player who have played for the club is just Tom Heaton. That is why we need to get a third choice, or it's going to be a second choice or a third choice goalkeeper. But in short, that's why we have to get 2 goalkeepers. The first one is the first choice, then the second one is either going to be the second choice or the third choice. And of course, we are being linked with the Urawa Red Diamonds goalkeeper. What's his name again? I don't know. I forgot. How can I forget his name? His name was literally on my lips, and it just went off my head. Yes, Zion Suzuki. That's probably why we're going for him too, because we need 2 goalkeepers. So that is that for that. So, but according to everything we're seeing here, the preseason training is going pretty well. Many players are back. Apart from the internationals like Marcus Rashford, Malaysia, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro is I don't know. Fred and Anthony are back, but I haven't seen Casemiro. But they both played for Brazil, so why is Casemiro not back and Fred and Anthony are back? I don't know. But of course, Rafael Varane is back. He's not an international anymore. So the rest, Malaysia, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, the rest of them, will be expecting them back in the training in the next week or 2. So far so good. Everything is okay, and we are still opening up our preparations. Ten Hag is really pushing to have at least three players in before we go on the tour, which will be Onana, which is we already have Mount. Then we'll probably have our striker before we move to go on top, because he needs his goalkeeper and his striker, and of course Mount, to gel with the team before our first game against Wolves. And of course, if we get those 3 signings before we travel on the tour, those 3 players are likely to start on the first game. If we sign Rasmus Højlund, and when Onana comes, Onana, Rasmus Højlund, and Mason Mount are very much likely to start on the first game of next season. So that is why it's important he needs to get them now, and everything. So everything needs to be finalized, and he's the one really pushing for this deal. So all thanks to Ten Hag anyway. But as for preseason training, those are the details. Everyone, there is all smiles. Lisandro Martinez always makes everybody smile. Welcoming Mount. Mount, as you know, is beginning to integrate into the squad. When the rest of his fellow English players come back, Rashford and Shaw, his best friend, when they're all back, the mood will be a lot higher, because then we'll be complete. But for now, we're just having few players working with Ten Hag and the coaches. But when everybody's complete, we go on to full speed. So that's all for now. I'm just here to bring you everything on the preseason training. That is all. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. This is Die Hard United, your one stop for everything Manchester United. And I will see you all on the next one.